Well, hot damn son of a gun. If that doesn't bring everything full circle, I don't know what is.
Jingle bell,
Hello, Leo. Princess India here for the 9/9 and 2000 and whatnot or whatever. Welcome to your December reading, my friend. You know what I'm saying? And whatnot or whatever. So we're going to ask Spirit to give us clear and direct guidance for Leos for the month of December. If I can keep my cards in check, anything they need to know, anything about most important, Spirit, I ask that that comes to the forefront in this here reading. I hope you guys have been doing fine since last month. Happy Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Christmaka, solstice, whatever it is you celebrate. Happy holidays, Leo. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to go ahead and jump into these cards. And I know with you guys reading last month, we talked about something happening within 3 days. And what I was talking about was the beginning of Sagittarius season. So if anything happened for you guys, let me know in the comments. Because I feel like whatever transpired within that shift of seasons is going to be of utmost importance to this here reading. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, your central energy for the month of December. We have the Eight of Cups. Y'all walked away from something. Challenged by the Chariot. Oh, Leo. Past influence, the Six of Wands. Oh, Leo. Underlying influence is the Nine of Swords in reverse. Oh, Leo. Let me find out you got your power back. Let me find out. Above energy, the Ace of Swords. Oh, Leo. Dag nabbit, son of a gun, Leo. This looks like a person who's personally empowered. It's following their desire, knowing what they need and they want, not dealing with BS from nobody no more. You know what I'm saying? Going forward, we have the Eight of Swords. Are we doubting ourselves going forward? Okay, Leo, here's the deal. So with the Eight of Cups, I think you guys found, and like I said, what happened last month or going into Sagittarius season, it could manifest two different ways, right? This can either be something good that happened, like an opportunity that was offered to you, a message that came in, or it could have been something that came in like a very Tower-esque kind of way. It could be the end of a relationship, end of a friendship, end of a job, some type of blow up, something shy. It could totally be something like that, right? But I feel that consciously you guys have clarity, but I don't think that you necessarily know how to move forward. So it feels to me like a proverbial purgatory, if you will, right? But I feel like that's for good reason. It's more or less, it's a desire for movement forward, right? A desire for that victory. Energetically, you guys already have it, but it's a liaison phase. This is reminding me of something that this is reminding me of what it is. I posted it on Instagram yesterday when I was talking about prayer. And I was saying that all prayers are answered, which sounds super crazy. I know it does. It sounded crazy when Spirit said it to me first. But all prayers are answered in the sense that from the moment that you make this petition to Spirit, God, universe, whatever it is you pray to, right? And it's similar to my is not is paradigm. Everything that happens from the moment that you set this intention, the purpose is it's orchestrating and moving things around to get you on the pathway to what it is that you asked for, right? So energetically, what I'm seeing from your past influence from November, you guys already have the victory with the Six of Wands in an energetic sense, right? So what it is you guys are desiring, what you deem as success, it's looming over you in the ethers, right? But it takes time for things in the ethers to manifest in 3D because everything here works in systems, patterns, and processes, right? So I feel consciously you guys have clarity. So it's a level of awareness that, okay, I can't go backwards or I can't go forward, or just knowing that you want something different than what you have. It's awareness that what it is that you lost or what you're walking away from presently isn't in alignment with your highest good in the sense that it's unfulfilling. But the thing that I'm seeing is I feel that there's a block, and not necessarily that there's a permanent block. I feel that December is a purging month for Leo. It's still things that need to be understood about what you've just come out of. And I think it's more or less like a desire to kind of skip past this point. So let me put that in context so it makes more sense of how I'm seeing this. So say hypothetically you were in a relationship with a person and the relationship is over, right? So your desire is to move forward. You know the relationship is over. I want to move forward. But the liaison phase between a breakup and a new beginning is the fact that one needs to purge this energy out, right? Now, the underlying energy being the Nine of Swords in the reverse, I'm still seeing this in a sense of a desire. It's wanting to, it's over with. I'm over it. I don't care. No big deal. Purge it out. Move on type of deal, right? But I don't feel you guys are actually going through the process of releasing this residual energy. And why this is coming up in the beginning of December is because that's the process you guys need to be in December. It's in this purging out the energies from this old cycle. And like I said last month, realizing who you are, where you're going, stuff like that, right? Creating a plan of action and tangible steps in order to achieve whatever goal you guys are getting. Now, with the Eight of Swords being in your immediate future, I feel like this is more or less a forewarning, right? So the energy is set up for you guys to be successful moving forward. But your responsibility this month in December is to gain clarity of what it is you've left behind and why. Any emotions that you guys have tied to that, there's a need to face whatever emotions are tied to that to gain clarity on that. If you have to cry, cry. If you need to step away from people for a little while, do that, right? But you don't want to force this energy down. Refuse to deal with the hurt feelings you may be feeling and try to move forward as like a distraction. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like if a person were to overwork, like you have a breakup and instead of dealing with your emotions, you're like, I'm good, I'm fine, I'm not even much worried about that, I'm not even hurt. And you just put all your energy on work. It's almost like putting these emotions that need to be purged into a Rubbermaid container, putting them in the refrigerator of your subconscious and moving forward, right? So where the pathway is supposed to be clear for you all to follow through, you would end up inadvertently, I don't want to say necessarily sabotaging it, but you can end up finding blockades in the future going forward because this thing you put in your subconscious and tried to forget about and you were in denial of will keep coming to the forefront saying, deal with me, deal with me. So I feel like this is more or less a forewarning to spend this month of December gaining balance, to purge any energies that you guys are feeling in relation to what you've walked away from or what you guys have released past tense, and to get clear on how it is you guys want to move forward. Another thing that's of utmost importance is your focus this month being on balance. You know what I mean? So it's meditate, like not necessarily the act of meditation, but it feels to me very as like a meditative energy that you guys want to be in this month. It's like, this is my idea. This is what it is that I want to go towards. This is what I know isn't working for me. So what may help you guys in a practical sense is kind of doing an assessment of the last year or an assessment of relationship, job, whatever it is that you guys are leaving behind. And like we said with the reflection questions in the November recap, I feel a lot of those questions would be of utmost hope. Me and my Freudian slips this month would be of utmost hope to you, would be of utmost help to you, especially like your idea of success, fulfillment, desire. Like, what are these things for you? And I feel these are more or less the tools you guys need and an awareness of what it is that you're really dealing with, even if it's like any negative emotions that you're feeling, as opposed to saying that you don't feel them, write them out in a journal. You know what I mean? So that you can, because that's another form of purging, in case you guys didn't know, just to get it out and in front of you so you can start to kind of deal with those things in that sense. So it's not necessarily saying, because I want to clarify that, I'm not saying that you guys should be fully healed by the end of, December or else. It's just they need to come into your awareness. That's really where the balance comes. It's not about finding the solution. It's just the things that you've been avoiding coming into your awareness, facing how it is that you really feel about things, even if you don't have the answer or the resolution for them thus far. Because if you don't, in the future, that can end up becoming a block. Because in order for you guys to align with the Six of Wands energy and with the Chariot, and I say with both of these coming out together, this is assured success. So there's no doubt in my mind that you guys are going to have success going forward. But so this is not sabotaged or dimmed in any sense, it's a need to be aware of what it is you packed in the Chariot. You don't want to pack 9 swords or 8 swords in the Chariot, because you don't want to bring that into this new energy, because it's going to end up recreating what you could have did in December. You feel what I'm saying? So anywho, I'm picking surrender cards for you guys, since this is Surrender December. So giving you guys more insight into what it is that needs to be released. And then I'm going to pick the 3 cards for our 3 groups for the extended. So if you're about that life, start thinking about if you want to pick card 1, 2, or 3. And then we're going to round this reading out with you guys' dice. So Spirit, what is it that Leos need to surrender in the month of December and whatnot or whatever? You know what I'm saying? But I mean, totally, Leo, this looks really good for me. Thinking about what we talked about last month for you guys is really looking like y'all are about to step onto your right path, regardless of what area of your life that's in. It's just, this is literally a heads up from Spirit, like, hey, this is how we don't screw this up since stuff is about to get so good. You know what I mean? So it's all positive for me. It's just whatever you guys have been avoiding, now is the time to face it. You know what I mean? Purging those emotions and things of the sort. What does Leo? Whoa, okay, that flew out. Whew. Surrender to your full power, Leo. Your life is calling for you to step into your full power rather than playing it small. Well, hot damn son of a gun. If that doesn't bring everything full circle, I don't know what is. I really feel that Knight of Wands energy that came up last month, that was almost like, what is it? Paul Revere, you know, who's like, with the American Revolution and all that stuff. It's like, the British are coming, the British are coming. That's what I feel like that Knight of Wands energy was for you guys last month. Like when, like I said, the thing that was supposed to happen in the 3 days, I feel that was more or less like the messenger that was saying, like, this new thing is coming, this new pathway is coming. It was almost like an announcement. But I would love to know in which way that manifested for you all. But like I was saying, Leo, you guys are about to step into your right path. I hope you've picked card 1, 2, or 3, by the way. And even if you guys aren't going over to the extended, you could still pick a card and see if there's any messages that you guys garner from it. But I legit feel that that's what all of this is about. Your success is assured, but all of this is more or less a clearing of a pathway for what's before you. And that's so fast. This really is making me think about the scripture that I read before this. If you bought that scripture life, it's Isaiah 26:9. I'm just saying. But it's all about like a leveled out path. And that's totally what this is making me think about. So I'm about to say the cards. I hope you picked it. Pause me if you didn't. Okay, if you guys picked number 1, we have celebration and you are group 1. If you pick card number 2, we have maturity and you're group 2. And if you picked card number 3, and this has been coming up for a lot of people this month, we have the miser. The miser. I don't know why that card has been coming up for everyone just about in the extended. So we will get into this in the extended. So let's go ahead and throw you guys dice. You can ask a yes or no question if you like. But yeah, man, I feel like this is like boot camp. Like December is a month of boot camp. It's like preparation for not necessarily battle, but I mean, to go with a theme, we can say it's preparation for battle, but it's you guys stepping into your rightful place. You know what I mean? And you don't want to go into battle without the right tools or proper training. You feel me? Go ahead and ask that yes or no question. All right. The answer to your question is nope. We have friend, we have Venus, we have Capricorn, and we have Leo. So no friend, Capricorn, Leo, and Venus. And we're going to go ahead and throw the dice that have no name. Whoa, all right. We have number 4, we have Moon, and we have Aquarius. Let's see Heather. So for the Moon, that's interesting. That is a lot of masculine energy. I would understand why the Moon came up, because the whole thing, okay, well, that makes sense. Before I can even read this, when we look at the challenge being the Chariot, right? And we have the, the black horse and the white horse. We're talking about the balance, which came up in every single reading this month, of masculine and feminine energy to create a balance to move forward properly, right? So with a lot of this energy, with the swords and with the wands being here, and the only cup card that you guys have being the 8 of Cups, that's the only feminine energy with the cups that I'm seeing here. All the other cards are masculine energy, because wands and swords are a masculine energy, right? So I feel the thing that's lacking here is a feminine energy. So there's a need in December, why it's important in a sense of surrender. You guys are surrendering to your full power via tuning into your feminine energy, which is what the Moon is aligned with, in that receptivity and connection with spirit, right? Because when we talk about true power, the misconception that majority of humanity is under at this present age and time is that force, conquering, domination, manipulation, marginalization, subjugation, all of these Asians, you know what I'm saying? It's the false perception that that is true power, when in reality that is pseudo power, right? Brute force and aggression is not a mark of true strength, right? Receptivity and the feminine energy is how we ascend to power, because it's asking us to do something counterproductive, which is to go within, to sit still, to find peace in inaction, to find balance through inaction. And with our connection with spirit, we know when to hop on things based on when spirit quickens us to act, right? So as opposed to acting externally out of scarcity or control, we're responding to life. So that's a reactionary energy. We're talking about tuning into a responding energy where you're receptive, you gain understanding, and then you act. You know what I mean? So it's not more or less one being better than the other, but it's the two working in accordance with each other, much like, if any of you guys know anything about horses, could you imagine if 2 horses were not on the same accord and you're in a chariot? It's a disaster waiting to happen. You feel what I'm saying? So it's all about your balancing those energies, so to speak. And that's how you guys can move forward into power, because it's a power not external without. It's a power that's coming from within. So with the Moon, it says mother, feminine principle, law of polarity. How is your past being recreated in the present? How do you feel about yourself or your relationships? And that's exactly what I was saying with this 8 of Swords going forward. If you think presently how your past is being recreated in your present, you will know well what you don't want to recreate in your future. So this is still a very reflective month I'm seeing for you guys. Now with the number 4, you guys, major arcana for the month is the Emperor. And it says structure and order, master builder and stability. And I think this is super funny because we have the Emperor energy, which is, like I said, that masculine. We have the Moon, which is that feminine. So it's still giving that same theme of finding that balance between action and inaction. So we're really talking about you guys reconnecting to spirit this month, and that being the secret source of where your power lies. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, Leo, that has been your reading. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm going over to Vimeo, so if you're about that life, follow me over there. If not, I still love your freaking face, and I will see you guys sooner than later. Deuces. My group 1 people, the thing that I'm feeling with you guys is your superpower, right? So if you guys are feeling really negative or really bad about a situation, or, something external happened that's disappointing, I feel the key to the rest of this month as well as into 2020 so my group 2 people, so I feel like for my group 2 people, This month, what's going to become very clear to you guys is just how much you have grown. December and going into 2020, you guys are fully manifesting. Now for my group 3 people, this has come out for a lot of signs this month. It's a very fear-based energy. I feel for my group 3 people, it has a lot to do. Oh God, this is a disaster.